First, establish your horizon line and two vanishing points. The first vantage point on the left, I'm going to label it with BP1. Second one on the right, I'm going to call it vanishing point 2, BP2. Now, let's go ahead and do something simple as this square. Now, before we begin, take a look at this square right here. Cube. Now, if this was on a horizon line sitting like this and turned to side, these edges will get to the vantage point 1 and 2, and we won't necessarily see the top and the bottom. But what happens when you move it down below the horizon line? You're going to see the top of the box and two sides. If I move this box above the horizon line, I'm going to see the bottom of the cube and the top, left and right hand side. Seeing where our horizon line is, we are going to draw the cube below the horizon line, where I'm going to see the three sides of the cube, top, left, and right. So these three sides are what we are going to try to establish today. So first thing first, what we are going to draw is this edge starting with this point. So I'm going to go ahead and randomly select a point somewhere on the right, and I'm going to go ahead and decide on the height. I say about 1.5 inches, or yeah, let's go ahead and do 1.5 inches right there. Okay, once we have, let's go ahead and make it 1 inch actually. 1 inch. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Okay, now that we have that, we are going to go ahead and draw the left-hand side of the box by connecting both corners to BP1 and BP2. Now do this very lightly because we will most likely erase the rest of guidelines. We're going to go ahead and do BP2 connections from the top and the bottom as well. So what we have completed is these two and these two guidelines. Now we need to close that in because we have established this line and now we have to finish the box. So I'm going to go ahead and guesstimate. If this is my height, since this is square, I'm going to try to create similar size. So I'm going to just put my ruler, make it parallel, and close the edge. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on this side. And draw the edge right there. Very good. Now this side, I made it intentionally shorter than this side because it's going further away in deeper angle. Once I have established that, I'm going to erase those extra guidelines as we no longer need that. And I want to keep my drawing surface pretty clean. Now, what do we need to do? We have the left side, right hand side. What do we need to do? We need to draw the top. Each corner of the parallelogram, I'm going to go ahead and connect to BP1 and BP2 on the left hand side to the right. And what do we have? We have the top. I'm going to erase that one more time. And we have our cube in 2-point perspective.